So I'm at the airport in LAX about to go to Costa Rica. My flight leaves in 30 minutes and I'm going down there to open a bank account for our local LLC that we've created in Costa Rica that owns the property. Of course, problems occur right away. I got an email 5 minutes ago saying that the bank account I'm going down there to open tomorrow cannot be done because they input my passport number into the National Registrar incorrectly. They're not going to have it fixed by tomorrow, and that's a big problem. I bought this ticket specifically just to go do that. I'm coming back in 2 days, so I need to decide very quickly whether to hop on this flight, take a gamble and just go to the bank tomorrow and see if I can make something happen, or do I go home and reschedule. You're going to encounter obstacles, and it's all about your determination to push through it. I'm going to take the gamble. I'm going to go down to Costa Rica and cause havoc at this bank and see if I can't make something happen. I'm already checked in. I'm not going to be able to get a refund if I cancel this flight. I'm going for it. So we are in San Jose, Costa Rica, staying at a hotel called Posada El Quixote. This is why I like this place. You get really nice views of the city. But we are going to get ready, head into the city and kick some ass. We got a meeting with the bank, lawyer, and the architect today. Let's go do this. So this is an interesting cultural difference. You've got C for cold and H for hot. So this is clearly like English language, but the people that are installing this, Costa Rica, obviously speaking Spanish. So they see C is caliente, which is hot. And this is, trust me, this is hot water. Burned myself this morning. And the H, probably had no idea what that means, but they're like, C, caliente, hot, H, fuck it. I'll just be cold. So don't burn yourself.
Porque es nueva. Apenas van a construir. Bueno, está si se fijan en el sistema de Hacienda, ahí está inscrita como sociedad jurídica nada más. Es que se inscribe de oficio. Uno no hace la inscripción. Pueden actuar separadamente. Entonces él es el que vendría a firmar nada más lo de la cuenta.
107.
Es que eso se... Exacto. Exacto, porque se inscribe de oficio, uno no presenta un formulario para hacer esa inscripción. Ahora, ¿él podría dejar los formularios firmados de una vez? Estando en el país, es que aprovechando que está en el país.
So the bank excursion did not work. We were unable, and they were not accommodating. That did not go well. But we're gonna work around it. We're gonna open the account via proxy. So our legal counsel basically will open the account for us. And then I'll just have to take another trip down here once the registrar error is fixed, which could be a couple more weeks. But now we're heading in to talk to the lawyer. We're gonna ask some questions about lending because we're gonna need to get a construction loan in order to complete this property. Quattro legal. All right. So we're here in the office, and we just had some language difficulty explaining what I needed, but I think we're good now. Yeah, it just motivates me to be learning Spanish as much as I can. It took me about 5 years to speak Mandarin at a proficient level.
Sorry, excuse me.
So since Spanish is a Latin-based language, the time it's needed to learn should be significantly less. Doesn't mean it's easy, but not quite as foreign, and there's a lot more similarities, to our language. So hopefully, I'm a little bit more of a self-conscious person. I frequently suffer from imposter syndrome, which is normal. I think, we're doing stuff that, not everybody does, but I have to remind myself to just put myself out there and just go for it. So this is Gonzalo. How are you doing?
Good. Just come here. I'll let you know what to do legally and hook you up with good places to eat and have fun.
We just finished our meeting with the lawyer. I did not film that, but I'll give you the rundown. Essentially, what we really want to make sure is successful is financing to build this property. So we're not going to use all our money. The things that we'll need for a construction loan in Costa Rica, you're going to need to have a good architect, a good contractor, and a good business plan in place. You're going to want to already own the land, a very important component of this. And you're going to want to have the permits in order to build whatever you're planning. If you can get all of those things in order, you create a very compelling proposal for an investor, a private lender, or a bank to give you a loan because they have belief that you can complete the build. So the key takeaway for getting a construction loan is build value. Always build as much value as you can and then go get the loan. The more cards you bring to the table, the better terms you're going to be able to negotiate. Instead of just going to a bank and saying, hey, I bought this property, I want to build a hotel, that's low value. But if you go in there and say, hey, I'm working with a top architect, here's his name, here's our contract. I'm working with a great general contractor who's done projects exactly like this. Here's our business model. Here's the cash flow that we can expect. Here's the cost of the entire build. And I've already got all the permitting from the city. You go in with all of those cards, all of a sudden you've created a very compelling investment vehicle for a lender. And that is exactly what we are going to do. So here we are at Cañas Arquitecas. The models that they build. This is Andres, our architect. And this is some of the plans. Can you put on your cool hat again?
Where else?
This is how he walked in. This is who better to build your house than this guy? And this is Victor Cañas.
Hi.
And these guys are legendary architects in Costa Rica.
So one of the guys, I've never heard of something like that. That a municipality has to conserve.
So one of the things we're really excited about is developing out this space with some cool amenities, like something like a little gazebo or platform where we could do an ice bath.
Sure, ice bath, love it.
Yeah.
And a
Maybe some-
sauna there would be
A sauna? Okay. Yeah, I was wondering if saunas were a thing here or not.
no, and I don't know why. We have so much geothermal collectivity that I have no idea why we don't have them.
I want bushes and plants and trails. That's a big deal for us. We can
Okay.
add more nets if we want.
Tree nets down there would be cool.
The other thing that I had a concern about for Tyler, especially, is that he really wants a pool. Oh, it's yellow.
Yeah.
That's what the pool
That's
is.
a pool.
Oh, okay, good. Why wouldn't you make it blue?
Why not?
Okay, so this is all water.
That's all
Okay,
water.
okay.
We got that play around with the.
I think the WeWork idea is probably better.
Yeah. The whole thing is going to be hitting on the green. It goes from here.
Mhm.
You climb up, and you get to that circular.
You actually mean
Oh.
people will actually go in it and climb up?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the idea.
Okay.
You sit on this part, lay down really, lower than the ring itself.
Okay. I understand half of it. And
I know it's hard. Okay, this is the net, and it feeds the vines, and the net does something like this, and this is ground level.
Okay.
So you climb up here,
Mm-hmm.
and you can lay down here,
Right. And it'll sag a little
and
bit.
it'll sag a little bit, so you
Yeah.
look out, and you're also in this space.
That's really cool.
And then from here, you can make a little hole to jump into the pool from.
I need to get plans and modeling and renderings completed ASAP.
Yeah.
And then we need to get a general contractor on board and get a quote from them. Once we make an agreement about who to work with, I need to go talk to Gonzalo. He's going to help us introduce us to some private lenders where we'll do a construction loan. Our capital that we're using is only financing 30, 40%. But in order to get those loans, I need to have everything else prepared beforehand. I'll also start raising more investment. We just raised for an initial round to get started because we're also doing simultaneous purchases of property now in the United States and in Thailand. So I'm going to go to Thailand in July, and I'm going to Austin, Texas and Nashville next week to look at land. Sometimes it doesn't matter how many hours you work on this, you still have to wait. So I can maximize my hours by working on multiple projects at the same time. So our trip to Costa Rica this time is ended. We got our architectural plans. I'm headed to the airport. So we are heading back. See you guys stateside. I made it back just in time. Here with my wife and son, Raymond. We're gonna have some hot pots. Check you guys later.